Hello everyone, welcome to iLay Digital Class. My name is Steven, and I want to use this opportunity to appreciate those that have already subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm so grateful. A few weeks ago on this channel, I started a tutorial, and we are trying to build an application that I called Student Results Management System. Student Results Management System. So that is the name of the application. So if you've not yet seen some of my previous videos that I've released on this channel pertaining to this project, please kindly go and watch them. I've released the part 1, part 2 to part 7 of this video. This is the part 8 of the video, so kindly go and watch the previous ones, and I'm going to drop the link for the previous videos in the description. So just a click and you're gonna find every of those previous videos. And I want to use this opportunity to ask you to kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. I believe you are learning one or two things, no matter how small it is from this channel. Please kindly subscribe, and if there's any question you really want to ask me, just drop your question in the comments below. So without further ado, let's quickly move into the business of today. So the last time in this video, that is the part 7, I explained to us on how you can retrieve a student data, or how you can retrieve any data from real-time FIREBASE database. So now let me quickly show us what we did in our last video. So this our database, as you can see, we've been able to save some data in our database. Now let's try to retrieve John Doe's data now. So let's come down here and let me input John Doe here. Let me input John Doe, and let me come down here to click the edit button. So let me click the edit button. So as you can see, we get a response that data successfully retrieved. We've been able to retrieve John Doe's data successfully from our database. So that's what we did. I explained to us in the last video. So what we want to do today is that we want to do the delete function. That is, you'll be able to delete any student data from our database. That's what we want to do today. We want to add a function to this delete button here, and we want to add a function to this delete all button. That is, if this delete all button is clicked, every data in our database will be deleted, and send it to this delete. If a student name, for example, if you want to delete John Doe's name here, and once you click a delete button here, it's going to delete for just John Doe's data. It's going to delete only John Doe's data from our database. But if we click this delete all, it's going to delete every student data in our database. So that's what we want to do. But before we do that, I want us to quickly do something about this edit button here. I want to make sure that if you notice that if you click this edit button now, the user is not going to know that our data is being fetched. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So he's not going to know that anything is happening in our back end, because we want to make sure that we make use of a loader. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Once this edit button is clicked, we want to display a loader so that the user is going to know that something is happening. It's not just going to be waiting. Did you get it now? So that is what we want to do today. So we are still going to do that for this saved button, but in my previous video we are going to do that. So let's make that loader for this edit button. So let's go into our text editor now. Don't forget, I'm using Sublime as my text editor. You can use any text editor that you really prefer. So let's go into our index.html here. So we are going to remove these comments here, because this is where we are going to get our loader here. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So, and this is the CSS for the loader. As you can see, we set the display to none. So by default, we want to make sure that the display is none. So what we have to do is that now we have to go into our main result.js. Then we'll go into our edit button function. Let me show us. We have to make sure that we are in our edit button function. So what we just have to do is we just have to say document. I'm gonna say document.get element by ID. So what's the ID we want to get? The ID we want to get is loading now. That's the ID. So what we have to do is just that we have to set the style.display is equals to block. It's equals to block. So what we are trying to do here is that we are trying to change the default setting of this display. Are you getting what I'm saying now? We want to make sure that it's visible. That's what we are trying to do. And so that's the power of JavaScript. JavaScript has the ability to manipulate the CSS. So that's what we are trying to do. That if this edit button is clicked, we want to display the loader. So that is just what we are trying to do. So let me save here now, and let's go back into our browser now. So we have to reload here. So let me clear this out in our console. So let's go back into our create results, and the student name that I want to retrieve here is John Doe. Let's try it out now. John Doe. Let's come down and let's see if our loader will work. Let me click the edit button now. See, our loader is working. As you can see, our loader is working, as you can see now. So let's wait. Okay, you see now we've been able to get the data out. You see, we said data successfully retrieved. We'll be able to get that response. But there is a problem here. Despite the fact that our data is retrieved, the loader is still working. You see that now? So I will not be able to do anything here, not until this loader disappears. And if we don't do anything about it, the loader is still going to be working, and we don't want that. So what we just have to do is just that. Let's go back into our text editor now. So let's copy this. Let me copy this here. So let me copy this, and we just have to come down into this place where we are getting our response. So we want to make sure that if we get this response here, we want to make sure that we set the display back to none. Just as simple as that. We want to set the display back to none. You get it now? So let me save here, and let me go back into our browser here, and let me reload once again. Let me reload this once again. So let me clear this out. So let's cross check if this is working here. Let's cross check if our loader is working perfectly. Now let's check it out, John Doe. So let me come down here and click the edit button now. Let me come down and click the edit button. You see, our loader is working. You see now, our loader is working, and once we get the response, data successfully retrieved, let's go and check it out now. You see, our loader disappears. Did you see that now? So once we've been able to retrieve the data, once we're able to get this response, the loader disappears. Let's try it once again. Let me try it once again. Let me click the edit. You see, the loader is working, and once we get the response, the loader disappears. You see, it's working perfectly well. So now let's go into our delete button function now. So let's go back into our text editor. What we just have to do is just that we have to go and get the ID for the delete button for us to be able to add a function to it. So this is the ID for it. Let me copy this here. Let me copy this, and let's go into our main results, and let me come down here. So we are around this place, yeah. So let me add a comment here. Delete, let me say delete button function for each student, okay. For each student. So what we just have to do is just that we have to say constant delete button is equals to document. You're gonna say document.get element by ID. So what is the ID you want to get? The ID you want to get here is the delete button. They don't say that now. So that is the ID we want to get. So now let's come down here. Then we're going to say delete button. So that's the next thing we have to say now. I've done this several times in my video. So if you've not yet seen some of my previous video, please kindly go and watch it. So you just have to say delete button.add event listener. So add event listener. Then we're gonna say click. Then we add a click here. Then we put a function. Then we say the function here. So then we're gonna inside this place. That is where we are gonna put every of our code. Did you get it now? So we add event listener to this delete button. That is, we are adding a function to it. That once this delete button is clicked, did you get it now? We want it to perform this following function. So what we just have to do is just that. The next thing we have to do is that we have to get the value here of this input here. Did you understand what I'm trying to say now? I want to get the value of this input. And how are we going to get that? So let's go back into our index.html and copy this ID for that input. This is the ID, delete name box. So let's come back into our main results. Then we're going to say constant name is equals to document.get element by ID again. So we just have to paste it here, delete name box dot value. Don't forget, we want to get the value. That's what we want to get. So we want to get the value. So the next thing we have to do is just that. Let's come into our edit. Let's come into our edit function here. So we have to copy these two here. Let's copy this variable user and constant database, because we are going to need them in our delete button function. So let me come down here, and I'm going to paste this here. So let me make it okay. So the next thing we have to do is that we have to say that constant deleted is equals to database dot reference. I'm gonna say ref. Then we'll say the user here. Put the user / I'm going to explain this in a second. Just keep following now. Say user here once again. Then we'll put plus here. Then we'll put another / here. Then we do this again, then we put a name. So what we are trying to do here is that we are trying to locate if that name is in our database. So that's why we are writing all these functions here. That is, if the user here type the name of any particular student here, so we want to make sure that we want to see if that name is in our database. And if that name is in our database, if the delete button is clicked, we want to remove that name. So let's go back here. Then we're gonna say deleted, that is this deleted here. We're gonna say deleted dot remove. So we're gonna say deleted dot remove. So the bracket has removed. So we're gonna say deleted dot remove. Then the next thing we are going to do is that I want to say console dot log for us to be able to get a response. Console dot log student data deleted. Student data deleted. So that's what we just have to do. Hope you understand that now. So we try to locate that name in our database, and we want to remove that name in our database. So let me save here, and let's go into our browser once again, and let me reload this. Let me reload this now. So once I've reloaded this, let me clear this out in our console here. So we have to come into create results. Okay, sorry, not create result, delete student name. So now let's try it out. Let's type John Doe. That's the name. Let's check it out if John Doe is in our database for us to be sure the delete button is working. So as you can see, John Doe is still here in our database. Did you see that now? So let's come back into our application and let me type John Doe and click on delete. So we are not getting any response here. The delete is not working. Let's go back into. We are not getting any response. Let's see where. Oh my god. Sorry, that is a mistake. That is a big mistake. I'm very sorry. This something should not be here. We are saying in edit button function. Let me cut it out. Let me remove it. Let me remove this out from here. I'm sorry for that. Let me remove this out. Starting from this place. I'm sorry for that. I'm very sorry. It should be inside this place. I'm very sorry for that. It should be inside our edit. It's our delete button function. So, but I made a mistake to type it inside the edit button function. So let me play this. Let me do this now. So let me save. Let's go and check it out again. Sorry, we have to reload once again. We have to reload it. So let's clear the console out here, and let's go back into our delete student name. So we still want to delete John Doe, and let me click the delete button now. As you can see, we get a response. Student data deleted. Did you see that? Let's go and cross check it in our database. Let's see if it's working. You see, John Doe has been deleted from our database. Did you see that now? John Doe has been deleted from our. Definitely this is working. The delete button is working. So the next thing we want to do is that we want to make a function for this delete all button. Did you understand it now? So let's go back into our text editor now. So let's put a comment here. So I will not be making a mistake once again. I'm gonna say delete. Let's say delete button for all students. For all student function. So that's what we want to do. So for us to be able to achieve this now, let's just come here and copy this. So to make our work very fast, so let's copy all the delete button function here and paste it here. Did you see that now? So we just have to change the delete button ID here, and we have to change this constant here. So but the first thing is that let's go and get the delete button ID for delete all button. So this is it, delete all. You see now, this is the ID for the delete all. As you can see, delete all button. So this is the ID for it. So let me copy it, and let me come inside this place, and let me remove this delete button and change it to delete all. So let me come down here again and change this delete button to delete all here. And so the next thing we have to do is just that we have to replace this delete button. Let me replace it with this one here. Let me paste this here. You see now, so we don't need this name here. Let me remove it. We don't need this. We don't need the name here. So the next thing we have to do again is that we don't need this name here also. Let me remove it. So that's all what we need to do. Let me save this and let me change this response here. Student data deleted. All student data. Let's say all student data deleted. Let me save. That is all what we need to do. Hope you understand it now. What I just do is just as I copy all the functions we made for our delete button here. I paste it inside this place, and I make some little changes here. I make the changes for the ID, and I change the constant here, and I remove the name, and that's all we have to do. So let me save this and go back into our browser here to check if that is working. Let me save. Let me reload now. I want to reload this. So let me clear this out now, and let's go back. Let's do something now. Let's add one more student. So for us to be able to see the delete all button is working, let's say John Doe. Let's say John Doe, and let's come here. Let's input a number here and click the enter button. So let's come down to save. Let me save this here. So we get a response, saved successfully. Let's add one more student for us to just be able to know that the delete all button is working. Let's add Mark Smith. So let's just change some little something there. 7. Let me click the enter. So let's come down here and save once again. Let me save. So we get the response now. Let's go and check our database if we've been able to save those student names in our database. Let's see if we can get that out here. As you can see, we have Kevin Doe, we have John Doe here. As you can see, we have Kevin Doe. Let's check Mark Smith. As you can see, we have Mark Smith. So we have 3 student data in our database. So that is good. So let's go into our delete all button here. Let me click the delete all button and let's see what is going to happen. Let me click. You see, we get a response here that all student data deleted. So let's go and check it out in our Firebase if indeed it's deleted. You see, we can no longer find any data in our database. They are all deleted. So definitely, as you can see, the delete all button is working, and the same to the delete all button is working. The delete button is also working. So, and I put a warning here that please note, once you click the delete button, the student name will be permanently deleted from our database. That is just it. But in my next video, what we're going to do is just that, the user could make a mistake to click the delete button. So we want to make a confirmation asking the user that, are you sure you want to delete the student name? So, and one thing we are going to be using is that we are going to make use of a plugin. That's the Sweet Alert plugin in JavaScript. So that is what we're going to be doing in my next tutorial. So I really want to appreciate you for taking your time to watch this video, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So let me really do the recap of what we've just done today. We've been able to make the reload a loader into our edit button. As you can see, we've been able to do that. And another thing we do today again is that we've been able to make the delete button functions, have been able to make the delete all button function. So if you have any question pertaining to this, don't hesitate, just drop your question into the comment box below, and I'm going to answer every question you ask me. And if you want to ask a question personally, you want to send your question personally to me, I'm going to drop my email address to you so that you'll be able to forward your question to me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you in my next video. Thanks for watching.